Hey Commanders, today we're going to fight the storm using almost exclusively traps. I've started us where we found the Atlas target, and I'm just cleaning up the area. Want to have it nice and clear so your so that your tunnels are the way that the husks access you, the Atlas. You hear that, survivor? I'm going to cut out in a little bit here and go rescue her and do a little bit of farming, and I didn't think you wanted to sit through that, so I chopped it out. But for now, we're just cleaning up the area. Making sure we have lots of mats for traps, because, well, we are trapping. Now the important thing to remember is once the Atlas is placed, it'll show you on the mini-map a white border to show you where the husks are going to come from. At that point, you know where your trap tunnel needs to be. Now at higher power levels than this, starting around power level 28, the storm can change directions. In those cases, you want to build trap tunnels on every side, but only put traps in the one marked on the mini-map. That way, if it changes direction, you can just go add traps to the new direction and not waste a bunch of traps on directions things aren't going to come from. For this early level 1, I'm only going to trap in the direction that shows us, which is to the south. Alright, we can go look. There we go. Oh, none down. They're all up here. Nice. Okay, so all these husks are going to run straight at the Atlas, as long as we make sure they have a clear path. And our clear path is, we'll build it here, is going to be trap tunnels. Now one thing at low levels, traps can wear out relatively quickly because you don't have durability perks on them. So we do want to make sure that we have several layers of trap tunnel. Which means we want to come out a little bit. You've seen this before. If you've been watching our videos, it's a 1x2 with another 1x2 attached. And one more for good measure. Alright, now they're going to have to run through this gauntlet. And we just have to fill it with traps. Wow, I have too many guns. Gonna have to clean that up. Alright, so first we clean up the traps, because there are some traps I know I won't use. Found traps. So we want to get rid of them. And then we want to build some traps that we can use. First we'll use up some of these ones that we found. Now, we want wooden floor spikes on the floor as much as possible. And the reason is they slow the husks down so our other traps can do their job. I am gonna, because we found a bunch of these traps, I am gonna use some that are not wooden floor spikes, but I think that won't matter because we are 3 rooms deep, which means the husks are gonna be running through 6 squares of non-stop traps. So I'm not even sure, short of a smasher hitting that tar pit, I'm not even sure it'll ever get used. Which is okay because we found it. It's not like I used a ton of materials to make it. Alright, we get spikes in this middle one. Now I like gas traps on the ceiling for the early part, and harder hitting traps later. Well, first, we'll do a sound wall to make propanes drop their propane tanks, and a fist to shove the husks back in a tunnel and keep them under the gas traps for a while. Oops, that's alright. We do have one early zapper. Okay, that wouldn't build because this half floor is here. Now it should be fine. Alright, so now they're going to have to run through this gauntlet of gas. And we're going to use a zapper. The only things making it out here are going to be tough, so we're going to make sure we hit them hard. Zappers hit hard but are slow to reload, which is why I don't like to use them in the tunnels. But over a tar pit, it's usually going to be a smasher caught in the tar pit, and a zapper is a good thing. Hit them hard, hit them once. As long as there aren't 50 of them coming through, the others can't just walk past because it's resetting. So we'll build some wall traps here. I like to use a mix. And the reason is I want different damage types. So that if we get elemental husks, some of the traps will do full damage. Excuse me. Alright. We're going to zap them. We're going to shoot them with wall darts. We're going to gas them. I mean, these husks are going to be in rough shape. One more wall trap. Let's do a candidate. It's fun to watch them get smashed. Alright. So now we want to build around the Atlas because best laid plans, something could get through. Right. So these sidewalls can be either modified cones or stairs. It doesn't matter. They have the same health. Just a question of what you like to use. The corners have to be cones and then edited so that one corner goes up. There we go. This is if you want a pyramid. You don't have to do a pyramid, particularly not if you're planning on killing everything in the traps. Okay, this corner is not going to work that way because there is no floor there. So we're going to have to find a way to get a floor in. Come on. There we go. Now we can drop a cone on it and edit the cone. Perfect. Edit this one. And upgrade everything. Oh. We'll drop a melee defender so that if I'm busy fixing a trap tunnel or something, he can defend the build. Aside from the materials to make the defender pad, using your defenders costs nothing unless they have to shoot or swing. And then you get some durability, and if you're shooting, some ammo, but not much. So absolutely worth using them if you have the materials to make the pad. Just checking one more time. You saw a husk. I want to know where. Ah, there we go. Now if you shoot the propane can on propane huskies, they will become a bomb for you. And you can take out most of the husks with them by shooting the propane can. Good thing to do. Keep it in mind. Okay, so we are going to upgrade as much as we can. We probably won't need it, but metal is easy to replace. Smash a few cars and you're back in business. Alright, let's start this thing up and see how our trap tunnel does. Now at lower levels like this, like I said, one trap tunnel is enough. Put it between there and here that spawns in the objective and make sure that everywhere else is blocked off. And they'll come right through it just like that. Now at this point you can go off and farm or do whatever. I do some farming here in a minute. One thing you want to be careful of is not to create alternate routes for husks. Because if you open a hole for them, they will rush through it and then they'll quit using your trap tunnel. And we don't want that. We want to see them all die in here. I know that these videos have not been coming out as fast as some of you would like. Trust me, it's not as fast as we would like either. We're working hard on it. Our third account is almost to Stonewood SSD 5. That is the point at which we are ready to move forward with questline videos again. I'm going to post this one, which does all traps, and another one, which does all fighting. And then we will hopefully be caught up and be able to publish Stonewood SSD 5 and continue on the questline. As you can see, our trap tunnel is working like a charm. Nothing's getting anywhere close. Eventually, that first room will wear out, and they'll start hitting the second room, and we may see the occasional husk. The rewards are pretty good for this. There are no modifiers, which is good news. And nothing here I can do, so I may as well just farm. I mean, I could work on these, but they're going to be a while, so I'm not in a rush. I see metal up on the roof there, so we should probably go for that. Not going to forward the quest line with this mission, and that's fine. We will forward our weekly quest. If you're lower level, you definitely want dailies and weeklies to be completed. They give you things, gold and tickets, and sometimes evolution materials that are really useful, and so it's not that big a deal to say, well, if I'm going to do a mission, let's do one that fulfills a daily, or let's do one that fulfills a weekly, or both. I quite often plan out, okay, I have a daily that needs spark seesaws, I have to be over, my weekly means I have to be over power level X, and the main quest says do this, so I'll pick a zone that meets all three. If you can, why not? Alright, so our combat badge is maxed out and we haven't had any combat. That's kind of the way it goes with trapping. Your one risk here is actually boredom, and like I said, you can go farm, get yourself some materials you need. No sign of any other husks, so they're all coming through the tunnel. Perfect. We're almost halfway done. Haven't seen a husk. And that's the way you want it. If you're doing a pure trap, they should not be getting to the objective this early in the cycle. It's only halfway done. We still have 4 minutes to go, so. Looks like they're hurting my builds. Generally speaking, if you're trap tunnel building, you want a constructor. I'm a lower level and my constructors are not the best, so I chose to go with my Teddy hero. But in general, you don't want to do that. Oh, he's looking inside, that's why he's seeing us. I'm like, what? They shouldn't be making it far enough for you to see him. Alright, let's farm some more metal. And let the husks just keep doing what they're doing. Okay, that's what you don't want to do. That opened up some paths there. We do not want to tell the husks, hey, come this way, free attacks. Alright, I think I'll behave myself for a bit here. Again, at a higher power level, there's that ramp to the left, and there's a sidewalk to the right. I would block both of those off also. Hey, see, me messing around over there probably attracted him. And that's fine. One husk, we killed him. If more don't come that way, I'm good. If they do, I'll block it off. Excuse me. Alright, well, they've hurt our tunnel and they've used up all our traps in the first room, you see, so that's why we want it layered. Excuse me. I have a bit of a cold, not a big deal, it's not cold. It's actually not even a cold, it's a temperature well below zero, has the heater running non-stop, and it's got me a little dried out. Alright. Oh, that was a propane husky blowing up. Can't have too much of that in your trap tunnels or you will have problems. Seems our fast food worker wants to dance. Alright. We are gonna do just fine here. I don't see any reason at all for worry. And that's what you want, right? If you build a trap tunnel, you want to trap, or you want to kill everything with the traps. Doesn't make any sense to build a trap tunnel and then fight non-stop. Now, combination builds work, where you use the trap tunnel to kill the bulk of them, and you finish off anything that makes it through. Just have to make sure that you kill enough of them that you're able to keep up when they start coming through. Alright. We have less than a minute left and we haven't seen a husk. Well, other than that one that went around. Alright, let's go see what's down here. Oh, kill him, thank you. Oh, our wall is beat up. And I can't repair it, but you know, this late in the game, that's fine. That sounded like a propane can being chucked. Oh yeah. We are more than good. Tar pit did not get used, but had a smasher come running through our tunnel, we'd have been glad it was there, so I'm okay with that. Time to dance and wait for the storm to get pushed back. We are fighting the storm.
Bonus challenge success. Good job, team. Nicely done,
And there it goes. Alright. So find your atlas, place it, clear out a little bit, place the atlas, see what direction they're coming from, build a trap tunnel that way. If you're over about power level 28, you're going to want to build tunnels everywhere, or on all sides, one set of tunnels on each side that has access, and then only trap the one where they're going to come from. You can run and put traps into the other ones if they change direction, no big deal. Toss up a teddy or a turret, and while it keeps the husks away, you can drop traps all over the place. So there you have it. And we did okay. Got a level 3 loot. Got a decent team score. Let's go see what our loot is. Alright. So you can use the traps, particularly wooden floor spikes, that you find, and they will work fine at lower levels. The higher level you get, the more iffy that becomes, because you don't know how those traps are perked, you don't know what level they are. Well, you can look to see what level they are, but you're generally better off understanding your traps really well and how they work and how well they work versus different types of elements and such, and then just destroying the traps you find and putting your own traps down. But you can always use wooden floor spikes because they're pretty darn durable. Alright, we got some schematic XP, survivor XP, gold, few drops of rain, and some seasonal tickets. That'll be it for this video. Watch for the next one. Thank you, and like and subscribe if you got something out of this. Mr. Mean Raindrop, gone.